All
All right,
right,
so yeah,
Kazama Nation, freaking, what's his name?
Hot Boy Sasuke.
Sasuke. He tells me, he puts up a video. I watched the video, and I notice these sound bits that he's using, and I'm like, these things sound out of context. Two things. It was the disrespect of Toriyama and the F Toriyama situation. There's a soundbite of you saying F Toriyama and a mention of my son having leukemia. What was the context of these conversations?
Now, first and
Explain to the
foremost,
people, please.
exactly. First and foremost, the situation involving your son was where he was basically saying that we had sat up and disrespected his homie who had leukemia and that we were laughing at someone who passed away from leukemia. I had basically came back to you, spoke to you about the situation where you gave me the approval to say on video, in defense of your character, in defense of our character, we would never do that for this reason. Yeah.
A loved one is in the same boat as your friend was in, Sasuke. How
Mhm.
I could understand that whether if a person is dealt with a situation that's possibly fatal, where the empathy could come in, the loss of life could be
Exactly.
sad, could be tragic.
To explain that,
Right.
you out of all people would have never sat idly by in a conversation where we were laughing at someone passing away of leukemia.
All
And
right.
after you gave me that approval, I stepped out in that video and said what I also confirmed to you afterward, that I said what you already knew about. All right, so you came to me, you said it was two things that Hot Boy
2 points.
Sasuke just
Yep.
basically said. Was, I guess he played the sound, but he played it out of context and said that I was disrespecting Toriyama. But I gotta pause the video right here because I actually just remembered something. I remembered that when I was speaking to Sasuke, I told him I wasn't comfortable talking much about Head Namek's story. Okay, so this is obviously the reason why he felt like he had something, why he felt like I was speaking out of turn. In truth, Head Namek was the one who told me to make this point and to let it be known.
You're
Over,
saying that. You're
there's
saying
no
that
unnatural
basically.
or unreasonable concern for any one person over
Exactly.
everybody else. I'm not
Exactly.
saying his life means more than your life or means more than his life or your friend's life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Exactly.
that everybody should be given this respect. And what he said is, did you just say Toriyama?
Exactly. He's stuck on that one part.
It's actually more of a figure of speech. It's like saying, dude, fuck me. This could happen to all of us if we don't take care of it now. And it was in that context that I responded to people making it seem as if you had to just be a Dragon Ball Super fanatic to make this point, that he was disrespecting Toriyama's death. And I said, bro, as far as me calling you out on disrespecting Toriyama's death, I'm not calling you out because I'm in some sort of Toriyama cult. It doesn't require people to be in some sort of cult to call you out on the fact that you disrespected Toriyama's death. It does not have anything to do with how much a person liked Toriyama individually. Overall, what you did was pretty scummy toward anybody that died over a fictional series to be motivated by such a thing. It has absolutely nothing to do with Toriyama individually. It's the fact that all dead should be respected in this way, and what you're doing shouldn't be done to anybody. It's not that it shouldn't be done because Dragon Ball Super was the greatest show to ever be made, and this qualifies Toriyama to be treated better than anybody would in death. And I made that point.
And that's where the disingenuous comes in.
Yeah.
That's where him being disingenuous comes in.
Yeah. Now,
He
there's
tried
another
it,
point I
he
wanted to
tried
ask
it,
you.
he failed.
Yeah.
Now, so far as calling me a drone, now just because I'm out here saying, yeah, you right, you hear me saying that, right? Doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention to what's going on. It doesn't mean that I'm over here
Facts.
just bootlicking.
There was something else that I wanted to, basically ask you. Since he thought that I wasn't permitted to speak on what I had spoke on those years ago, and he felt that if he felt like it was a thing that you would be so mad about or that I wasn't allowed to say, so that you needed to check me, if he thought that, is it reasonable to say that he himself was trying to clap at you with mention of that topic. I mean, he's already targeted you in multiple posts, and these are disrespectful posts, calling you a drone and everything else. So him mentioning that your son has, that's not done in a respectful atmosphere, is it?
No, he was definitely trying to get a raise out of me. But my character is so solidified and already it didn't even work.
Exactly.
I could have retaliated right then and there.
Exactly.
Did I? No, I continued about my day. But as
Exactly.
far as bringing my child into it and you taking it out of context, oh yeah, I recognize he did that with malicious intent.
Yep.
Well, guess what? You failed.
You failed.
You failed.
You failed.
Let me explain something. As soon as he started asking for a debate, started asking for another conversation, I understood that nigga was desperate. Because he's asking for something that he already spat in the face of before. So now, this is one of those situations where you wish that you had an opportunity that you already had and that you didn't capitalize on. Or you just want to do the same thing over again because you don't have anything new in your playbook. And to me, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. Both of us are cordial people who would have been willing to speak with anybody else in this situation. But not you. Not you. You've already showcased that you'll try to take two words that a person's using and try to apply it to the opposite context it was actually being used in. Pathetic. What I would say is, when you realize that a person can draw ridiculousness out of thin air like that, or attempt to shamelessly use out of context sound bits like that, never get on a conversation with them. Never get on a conversation with them. I mean, the first time that I did it, it served well because I proved exactly how scummy this individual was. And I proved that even if you did what I did, which is give him what he want and say, listen, I did this as a show in good faith, let's see what y'all do, they would still try and screw you over and be laughing. You would have to do what I did also, which is completely decimate their attempts, marking them out and pulling their hoe cards and making them sit in their place, okay, with the rest of the Kazama Nation nobodies. You would have to do that just like I did it to make them desire another conversation. Yeah, you thought that you was winning. Now you want to debate. Now you want me to approach a conversation cordially. I guarantee you want that. You will never get it ever again. Okay? This is two people now that you've attempted to use, okay, the little ones of. And after this video, I'm going to stop addressing situations involving our people. We're only going to address the water bug in the room. I want you to understand, okay? You're cooked.